once again. I'm Bob.
I'm Carrie.
And this is 25 Plus Life, and today we are in Alabama and we are in Lake Guntersville State Park. And I gotta say, of all the state parks we've been to, this has been hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, the best state park that we've actually been to. So we've spent a total of 6 nights here. And sadly we are leaving in just a bit, and we've had so much fun and such a good time that this is the actually only time we've gotten to shoot a video because we've just been so consumed with everything. So I just want to give you a walkthrough. You see behind us, we don't have a use for it, but they do have a dog park.
They have one for large dogs, one for stuff that's little.
And they even have a little spot in the back that has a fire hydrant built in. That's crazy, but this place is great. There's quite a few sites here, and at first I do smell bacon. At first glance when we came in, we were like, wow, this is pretty close, but honestly they're pretty spaced out, and we weren't bothered by anybody. In fact, we were offered food, chicken and biscuits and stuff like that from some neighbors. Really nice place. So over here, this is a tour, not Bob talking the whole time, but they do have slips that you can rent for your boat and pontoons and all that good stuff. They also have a rental system where you can rent pontoon boats, tracker boats, there's canoes, kayaks and stuff like that, which for us, we're shooting this at the end of the Memorial Day weekend going into the next, so we're right around the 1st of June. So obviously with the holiday, things were booked up pretty quick, which is to be expected. I'm going to come down here just because the waterfront is amazing down here. This lake is insane. Apparently some of the best bass fishing in the area. Some kayaking, which is awesome.
Like white water rafting.
So we did get to kayak yesterday with the storm coming in. It was quite nice. So it's been an interesting journey this past week. We've had a lot of rain, which we kind of knew that coming in. But I will say, in this COVID world that we're in, this place was absolutely packed. But everybody was super friendly, super nice,
very mindful.
Very mindful. Like I said, it was great. I gotta say, Alabama, as a whole, has probably been one of the friendliest states we've ever been to. Sometimes, especially during this time, you see out-of-state plates, and from us being from New Hampshire and down here, I think we're probably the furthest out that we've seen. Everybody's been incredibly friendly. I can't say enough good things. So that being said, a little more about the location. So Guntersville is in northern Alabama. We are about 4.5 hours from Memphis, Tennessee, which we did get to enjoy. We're about 4 hours from Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge area, which again, we did take a day trip up there. It was from the coast, I think it was about 6 hours to get down to. We did make it to Buc-ee's. But yeah, so overall location for us was fantastic because we don't mind the drives. So yeah, so basically what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to try to keep the talking down to a minimum. I'll show you around all the good stuff, and I'll check back in. So over here, a rather large pavilion, which was great. Yeah, again, they come up, there's another couple of docks too. So get on the sites, be mindful of people's privacy here. So yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it anyway. I'll edit that out. I won't. So we'll show you some of the area. A lot of people still moving around. It's rather early in the morning, so I don't want to invade on anybody's privacy. But again, I can't say enough good things. All the state parks that we've been to this is hands down the nicest. Yeah, there is a beach area right next door. There's also another boat launch area.
And I believe, isn't it like no charge for the day use portion?
Not quite sure.
Padded.
I know
Well,
coming
there was
in,
no, like for the park in general, like.
coming into the park itself, there was no charge coming in, or nobody was stopped to be charged. And there is a sign that says donation only. For the campgrounds itself, I believe we paid somewhere around $38 a night. Full hookups, 30 amp. I think there was a 110 sewer, water. Everything worked without a problem. So, yeah. Coming in, general store. That was the only thing that was kind of off. So check-in here is at 4 p.m. Check-out is 11 a.m. The store says it's only open till 4 or 4:30.
8 to 4.
Which is kind of odd. So if everybody's coming in at 4, I'm pretty sure it could be a little backed up, but
Firewood, like, because you can't obviously bring in your own, or you're not supposed to bring in your own.
yeah, I think you can bring in your own. It's just they prefer not to bring in out-of-state stuff, so it gets a little sketchy there. So you might want to pull up the website and check out rules and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, mostly all RVs. And again, this is past the weekend, so we're midweek on a Wednesday at this point, so everything's kind of thinned out, and they'll start coming in a nice wave for the weekend. But for the weekend itself, this place was packed. Like there was not an empty spot. But yeah, if you look at some of these spots, as close as they are, they're not. Like there's cabin rentals. It was just great. Overall, everybody was very mindful. There's some, you don't need hookups. You just want a tent camp.
Laundry.
There's spots up here. Yeah, laundry facilities. That's a good one.
Two laundry facilities.
So 2 laundry facilities. We'll try to pull into one of them and show you. I just got to remember where it is. I think it's over here.
One was here and one was over there.
And as far as restrooms are impeccably clean.
Amazing. The showers, if you like to get beat on after a hard day on the lake, like we did.
Yeah, the
They
water
are
pressure in the
incredible.
shower.
Amazing.
That's another thing. Normally, you know, some of these state parks and the waters, you know, but the water pressure for the showers is amazing. And we have a shower in our RV, but sometimes it's nice just to, you know, spread out a little bit, because I'm a big guy and I keep hitting my head on the top of the shower in there. But yeah, so I think this is the one with the laundry. So we'll pop our head in here and we'll check that out. So let's go right this way. Well, there's somebody in there doing some maintenance. Hold on one second. So as you can see, remarkably clean. There's some showers. So, yeah. Really. You know, I'm thinking the ladies' room is not going to have those. So, Park Ranger Service is in there doing a little bit of maintenance on laundry rooms. I didn't want to just go in there and randomly report them. But yeah, as you can see, there's about, I think maybe 12 of these cabins that we've seen. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more. But they all these cabins look brand new. Almost like a trailer.
Like shed conversions.
Yeah,
The fronts of them.
they really nice though. I mean, I could totally see if we just want to bring down a boat. There's a lot of boating on this lake. If you want to bring down a boat and not have to deal with the RV or anything, give one of those cabins a shot for sure. So we're gonna walk up this loop, take it down to the non-hookup or primitive camping section and show you that. Again, I haven't said it before, I can't say enough good things. I would do a loop-to-loop thing here and show you around, but they're people, I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to invade anybody's privacy.
Breakfast, they're packing up for...
Yeah, a lot of bacon. I can smell a lot of bacon. So like I said, the spots themselves for what we see, so we were just in Myrtle Beach State Park prior to here, and Myrtle Beach, very close together. This is spread out. I mean, it's still not as spread out as what we're accustomed to in Vermont and New Hampshire. But for this area and down south, from what we've seen, the sites tend to be a little closer. But boy, you wouldn't know it because everybody was super quiet, and you like that. We stayed in site F19, which we'll show at the end here, so you can get an idea. But to the side of us, that's F loop, and you can see there's pretty good spacing. Each site had a picnic table, a fire ring of some sort, and a grill. And again, the full hookups.
Each loop has a bathroom facility, bathhouse.
Yep, exactly. So where I took you in the men's room there, I actually did that.
Yeah, I know.
Probably, you were going to do one of these videos, probably should knock on the door and say, hey, I just walked right in and started filming. Anyhow, so each one of these has a building just like the one that we just walked into that has restrooms, and then there's two on property that have laundry facilities. Laundry was $1.50 per wash, $1.50 to dry, which was 50 cents cheaper than South Carolina. Not that it's a big expense, but nice to know. Yeah, it does add up. But machines were clean, no issues there. They seem like they're very on top of maintenance here.
It's funny, as soon as people leave, they're right out there with their lawnmowers.
Yeah,
no joke.
As soon as a site clears out, they're like right on top of it, and
It's great.
they do it. So coming in, there is a gate system with a keypad for after-hour access. We've only actually had to use the keypad once. Worked right on, no problem. I think the check-in process was fairly simple. We had booked online and reserved about a month out, and we actually booked twice. We had booked the first 3 days, and then as this whole national situation here, we immediately booked another 3 days, like within a couple of days apart. So same site, we didn't have to move, but it was booking up quick, and I can see why, because it was great. So over here, these are all the primitive sites for those of you who like to come in with tents and don't need the hookups. I did not see any travel trailers, so if you do that, I think this might be tent camping only, with no pop-ups or anything like that, because it was all, yeah. But other than that, we did try to fish down here, which was interesting, but with a lot of the storms, a lot of stuff was kicked up, a lot of muck, lake weed, whatever you call that. Not seaweed, but lake weed. But we did, you can see way out there, there's an island. We kayaked out there. And I will say, if you haven't seen the perfect storm video, which was
my goodness.
My little goofing around stuff.
No, it wasn't funny.
the video doesn't even do it justice. I think I posted one on our Instagram. Excuse me. It had gotten so bad that, jokingly, of course, I don't think we ever were in danger of losing our lives, but jokingly we recorded like a 30-second video to our kids, which shows the choppiness of the water.
They were honest to God waves.
It was
I
waves.
kid you not.
And it started
White caps, the whole nine.
started raining, which was great, but we shot a little video, sent it to the kids. It's kind of like a goodbye video in case we didn't make it back. But yeah, it was to see the water now as calm as it is. It's crazy. But
Until you get out there.
so again, I think if you're going to come down here and you're going to do primitive camping, this point right here that we're coming up on, I think hands down wins sight of the ground, whatever you want to call it. Look, if I was going to do a tent camping trip, this is the spot that I would take. We'll call it that. Bob's pick of the litter. So just making fun of me, but the but no, I think this site here, every time we've come up here just to walk by, I'm like just really in love with this spot. I think it's awesome, and I think but it's right here, right on the water. It does not have a marker of any kind, so I'm not quite sure what site number it is.
Do any of them though?
I don't see any.
Or is it just like a...
Yeah, that was the thing, is that I didn't see any marker numbers for the dispersed camping, or primitive camping rather. But if you can get one, get it on the point, because that view at night with the sun coming down, that's the way to do it. Other than that, I think we'll call it here. Like I said, just wanted to give you kind of an overview here. If you're in the Alabama area and you are looking for a state park, and hopefully this picks it up because I am using the GoPro, but that's just amazing place. It's so family friendly. It's great.
And the kids, you don't even hear the kids. They're on their bikes, they're on their little scooter things, and you hear nothing.
Yeah, you know, and that's a good point.
Crazy.
That's a good point. Most of the places that we go, the kids normally loud,
Running through your site.
running through your sites and everything else. I don't know what it is about here, but it didn't happen at all. Most of the time, you saw the kids quietly sitting on the docks as they're standing on the docks now, but see they're down on the docks, just fishing. Like we remarked and had a conversation yesterday about the differences between north and south, and it is really funny to see
The kids' senior pictures. All of the kids here that have graduated this year, they're all in ties. Black, I mean,
kind of like old
super,
school.
yeah, dressed up, everything's black and white, and it's beautiful.
So for a lot of the, to give you a backstory on that, so with everything that's going on, apparently there's no graduations pretty much across the country. So one of the local high schools here that we had driven by had student pictures, kind of like those little real estate yard signs, and they had them up on a big hill, and every one of those kids was dressed up like it was like
prom almost.
Yeah, like formal wear,
yeah.
You know, and stuff that we don't see much of up north anymore. So it's totally, yeah, just totally different.
Nice to see.
The respect level, manners was another thing. That I'm not knocking the north because obviously we're northerners, but it was just, it's kind of like it's kind of like a weird.
Like you forget sometimes being up there. Like if somebody says hello to you up north, it's like, okay, what do you want?
Right.
Like what you're bothering me or something. It's not everywhere, but it's a lot of places. Down here, they're genuine. Like, hi, how are you? Have a nice day.
Yep.
Still not used to the ma'am thing, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's totally different. It's just nice to see that level, and we've traveled all over the place, and you know, we see it a little bit in Tennessee, certain parts. Nothing like here in Alabama, and it's been from top of the state to the bottom of the state, because we were down was at Orange Beach.
Yep.
And all that area was the same. So yeah, Alabama, thumbs up.
Absolutely.
Very happy. This would be on a short list of places that if we were, or when we decide to relocate this area, definitely be on that short list. So other than that, thank you for sticking around. I'm going to pop over our site just to give you a brief walk around our site so you get an idea. All right, so we're going to come up the loop that we're on, which is F loop, And this is sites 16 to 18, or 16 to 28, excuse me. But just to give you an idea of what you're dealing with here, as far as spacing goes, it's really, again, it seemed close to us when we pulled in, but it wasn't at all. It was, yeah. So we'll go up here to the back of us was cabins, and up ahead is Mini Celly. We're all pretty much hooked up. We just have to disconnect the power at this point. We'll give you a site tour so you see what we're blessed with for the past 6 nights. So, and overall, fairly level site. We did have the leveling blocks out, but fairly level. Maybe an inch, and I could have probably maneuvered again. But so you have your grill right here. That's your fire ring. You have a picnic table, a gravel pad. Some of the bigger sites on a loop have concrete. So here's the business side here. You have the water hookup, and then for electrical, this is all your power here. So yeah, and your stinky hookup. So yeah, so overall, again, 5 stars out of 5 stars. So, and we unanimously agree,
Which is strange.
which is strange. We normally have differences of opinions on things, but we do. Before we go, we have a question. Maybe you guys can answer in the comments below.
Red dirt.
Red dirt. So we've heard this in country songs about red dirt roads. Is red dirt everywhere? And she does little artsy projects with sand from different beaches for the kids and stuff. So we're going to grab some red dirt on the way out.
But is
Question.
can you use it for planning? Is it just dirt is dirt and it's just a different color, or
Yeah. So if
what
anybody,
is it and why is it red?
if anybody can just shed some light,
Because it's really cool.
we could Google this, but we find it more fun to ask you guys because we get the real
Yeah.
answers, and yeah, it's
I
fun.
want Wikipedia. I want.
Yeah, we want your opinion.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate everything and your continued support, I guess we'll say. If you haven't already, we'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you know what next wackiness or serious video that we're putting out. We're going to end this with a little bit of hype propaganda in the back of our Mini Cooper, jeez,
We can go try
Mini
it.
Winnie. I don't know what I'm thinking. So yeah, so give us a big thumbs up, comment below. Anything else you want to say?
No, I just want to know about the dirt.
She wants to know about the dirt. So other than
And
that,
congrats, Alabama, because it's just amazing here. It really is.
next stop, Panther Creek, Tennessee. This one is done.
It's done.
Thank you. Hey friends, Bob from 25 Plus Life here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This way here we know you care. Thank you.